We have heard the story from Dr. Ala al-Najjar. Dr. Ala al-Najjar is a pediatrician like myself and like many people who are on this and who are listening to us today and who will be listening to us today. Our deepest condolences to her for losing 9 children who were charred to death by Israeli bombing. We will report what her colleagues said about her and about how she received the news and how she is acting right now. I have a message to my colleagues. Mesa, please pin me now. My message to my colleagues. We are living through a horrific moment that demands more than clinical skills, more than excellent scholarship, more than breakthrough research or quiet, shy compassion. This moment demands immense moral courage from all of us. Our colleague, a pediatrician like us, Dr. Ala al-Najjar, and Dr. Hussam Abu Safiya, and many others, are grieving the death of their own children while they continue to care for others. And sometimes they are incarcerated, and sometimes they are killed, murdered themselves. They are operating in hospitals under siege, tending to the wounded while mourning the slaughter of their own families. This is a horrific genocide. You know it, I know it, and the world knows it. The whole world knows it. Our silence becomes more than painful. It is dangerous. Complacency is complicity. Neutrality is really not an option. To remain silent while children like our own are bombed and denied care is to betray not only our oath, but our very humanity. If we do not speak now and take a stance, we forfeit the soul of our profession. We have to act. We have to act with clarity, with conscience, and with courage. We all have influence, and we have spheres of influence. Let us use our influence justly. Thank you very much. Mesa.
I can read the, do you want me to
Maybe
read the story?
Before we read the story, can we do the moment of silence, please, for the murdered children, doctors, healthcare workers, civilians in Gaza? So we're going to hold a minute of silence for their souls. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Maisa, go ahead.
We just received a story that Dr. Faisal Jamal Bilal, who is a general surgery specialist from Al-Rahma worldwide, who was working at the Al-Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis. And he was talking about the day when Dr. Ala al-Najjar was working in the hospital and found her children. So if it's okay with you, I'll read it in Arabic. Nidal, do you want to read the English part, or you can do the Arabic and I can do the English part?
Did Karama leave?
I think she has to leave, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can, I can read you want to read the Arabic part, or?
I'll read the Arabic part, yes.
Okay. Yes.
So he says كأي يوم عادي من أيام شعب غزة استقبلت في طوارئ مستشفى ناصر الطبي في خان يونس قبل يومين إصابتان بليغتان، أحدهما رجل في 40 من عمره والآخر طفل في 9 من عمره. بدأ الفريق الطبي المجهد بإجراءات الإسعاف الأولوية اللازمة لهما، وأثناء ذلك سمعت من أحد الأشخاص أن الرجل المصاب طبيب وأن الطفل الآخر هو ابنه، فصرت أتأمل جيدا ملامحه التي غيرتها دماؤه الطاهرة والشظايا والبارود المنثور على كامل جسده. وفي السرير المقابل كان ابنه المصاب يئن من الألم، وفجأة دخلت قاعة الطوارئ 3 نساء بوجوه شاحبة يملأها الهلع يتلفتن يمينا وشمالا بين الأسرة حتى وصلنا إلى الطبيب وابنه. هنا بدأت صورة متكررة من صور الألم والقهر والظلم والحرمان تتجلى أمامي. ومن بين النساء ظهرت امرأة نظرت أولاً إلى الرجل المصاب ثم تقدمت إلى الطفل. بدأ الكادر الطبي من الطبيبات والممرضات بالتجمع حول هذه المرأة والبكاء وهم يحتضنونها، وأنا لا أعلم إلى الآن من تكون هذه المرأة، فسألت إحدى الممرضات بصوت خجول: من هي هذه المرأة؟ فقالت لي: يا دكتور، إنها الدكتورة آلاء النجار، طبيبة لدينا في مستشفى ناصر الطبي، أم الشهداء 8 الذين استشهدوا قبل قليل بقصف من إحدى طائرات الاحتلال. وهذا زوجها الدكتور حمدي النجار صاحب الخلق، وهذا ابنها آدم المتبقي والناجي الوحيد من أبنائها. والله في هذه اللحظة لم أستطع النظر إلى وجهه مرة أخرى. اقتربت مني الدكتورة آلاء وسألتني: كيف وضع آدم وحمدي يا دكتور؟ طمني. في تلك اللحظة انعقد لساني: كيف لا؟ وقد رأيت امرأة صابرة محتسبة قوية الإيمان تتحدث بكل ثبات ويقين، صوتها واضح لا يرتج. فقلت لها وصوتي يرتجف: إن شاء الله خير، توكلي على الله. اقتربت مباشرة من ابنها آدم المغشي عليه وهمست في أذنه. اقتربت هي مباشرة من ابنها آدم المغشي عليه وهمست في أذنه: آدم حبيبي، أنا جنبك، ما تخاف يا ماما، أمورك كويسة. هنا لم أتمالك نفسي وخرجت من القاعة من عظمة الموقف. الدكتورة آلاء هي قصة من آلاف القصص التي تحدث كل لحظة في غزة. شعب غزة يضربون له يوميا الكثير من العبر والمواقف التي والله نستحي أحيانا أن نسردها، ولكن لازم الأمر لعلنا نعتبر. وفي الختام، شعب غزة نعم الأبطال، ولكنهم بشر لهم طاقة وصبر محدود. اللهم عجل الفرج لهم وامنحهم الصبر والأجر العظيم. آمين.
Thank you, Maisa. So I'm going to read this testimony back in English. This is a testimony from a Jordanian surgeon who was working at the Nasser Hospital 2 days ago. And I'm going to start with what he wrote and what he described about that scene. He starts with this: like any ordinary day for the people of Gaza, 2 days ago, I received 2 severe injuries in the emergency department at the Nasser Medical Hospital in Khan Younis. One of them is a man in his 40s, the other is a 9-year-old child. The exhausted medical team began performing the necessary first aid for them. During this, I heard from someone that the injured man was a doctor and that the other child was his son. So I began to carefully observe his features, altered by his pure blood, the shrapnel, the gunpowder scattered all over his body. In the opposite bed, his injured son was moaning in pain. Suddenly, 3 women with pale, terrified faces entered the emergency room, glancing left and right between the beds until they reached the doctor and his son. Here, a recurring image of injustice, and deprivation began to unfold before me. Among the women appeared a modest lady. She first looked at the injured man, then moved toward the child. The medical staff, doctors and nurses, began gathering around this woman, crying as they embraced her. To this moment, I didn't know who this woman was, so I shyly asked one of the nurses, "Who is this woman?" She replied, "This is Dr. Ala al-Najjar. She's a doctor here at the hospital, and she is the mother of the 9 murderers who were just killed in the strike by the occupation an hour ago. This is her husband, Dr. Hamdi al-Najjar, and this is her son, Adam, the only remaining and surviving child of hers in critical condition." By God, at this moment, I could not bring myself to look at her face again. Dr. Ala approached me and asked, "How is Adam and how is Dr. Hamdi? Reassure me, please." At that moment, my tongue froze. How could it not? I was looking at the patient, steadfast woman with strong faith, speaking with absolute firmness and certainty, her voice clear and unwavering. With a trembling voice, I told her, "God willing, all will be well. Put your trust in God." She immediately went to her unconscious son, Adam, and whispered in his ear, "Adam, my love, I'm here beside you. Don't worry, everything will be okay." Here I no longer contained myself and left the room, overwhelmed by the magnitude of the moment. Dr. Ala's story is one of the thousands of stories that unfold every day in Gaza. The people of Gaza show us daily countless lessons and situations that we sometimes feel ashamed to recount, but it is necessary so that we may take heed. In the end, the people of Gaza are truly heroes, but they are human beings too, with limited energy and patience. My God, oh God, hasten the relief and grant them patience. This is from Dr. Faisal Jamal, a general surgeon. He's a Jordanian doctor who is on a medical mission in Gaza. Thank you, everyone, for being with us. This is just one story of a colleague of ours, the pediatrician, Dr. Ala al-Najjar, who just lost 9 of her children 2 days ago. Her husband, who's also a doctor, and her son are currently in critical condition in the ICU at Nasser Hospital. May God save them. And again, this is just one story. There are so many other stories, countless stories that we can share. The whole world is watching this live streamed. We can share pictures every day. We see pictures on our feed every day from our people in Gaza. That's why we're here, because we have to keep talking about it. We have to let the world know what is happening in our name and talk with each other, encourage each other, empower each other to try to do something about it, and invite our colleagues, and invite our compatriots and our institutions to try to do something about it. None of this is a destiny. None of this is unavoidable. All these are preventable deaths. All these crimes are preventable crimes. We can stop this with a phone call if our politicians have the will to do it. It is not complicated. They are complicit in these crimes, and they're putting all of us on the wrong side of history, and they are condoning these crimes and enabling them in our names with our taxes. So thank you everyone for being here for the weekly webinar, Doctors Against Genocide. We're supposed to have many doctors from Gaza to join us today. Hopefully, a few of them will still join. Many of them have connections. Many of them are saying that we have been talking for so long and nothing is happening. They don't even feel the need to talk to the world anymore. They have been talking for 600 days. They told us everything. We have no excuse not to act. Whether we hear from them or not, we know what's happening. They have been sending it to us. They have been speaking day in and day out. No one has an excuse to say, I don't know. But for now, we're going to start with Hamza Nabhan, a medical student who was at the Indonesian hospital. He's currently in Jabalia camp. Hamza, if you are here, please share with us what is the situation there. Tell us about how people are doing, what you hear about the Indonesian hospital. Is it still functioning or not? Hamza, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Yes, Hamza, please can you share with us, please,
Assalamu alaikum.
situation on the ground now? Alaikum assalam.
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum.
عليكم السلام حمزة تفضل.
You hear me?
We hear you very well.
Okay, good evening, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak today. I wish I were here under different circumstances, but I speak to you today as a witness, a medical student, and a human being who has lived through and directly witnessed a campaign for deliberate destruction led by Israeli forces in Gaza. What we are living through is not a humanitarian crisis. What we are living through is a calculated, intentional effort to dismantle an entire healthcare system, a repeated act of violence among and at the essence of life itself. In Gaza, Israeli forces did not stop bombing homes. They targeted ambulances, emergency rooms, operating rooms, and intensive care units. We saw patients killed in their beds. We saw wounded children die because their last. We saw wounded children die because their last hope of ventilator, a blood transfusion, or CT scan that was destroyed by an Israeli missile. This is not collateral damage. This is a targeted destruction. This is an attempt to raise the medical infrastructure of an entire people. Healthcare workers were deliberately targeted. Paramedics were shot while trying to save the wounded. Doctors were killed in their homes. Like Dr. Ala Najjar, a pediatrician at Nasser Hospital, received their own children, 9 of them, as martyrs while she was treating others. Since the beginning of the war, there's 16,500 children have been killed. The Indonesian hospital was besieged and bombed until it was forced out of service. The Israeli occupation army has been besieging the hospital, firing at it and bombing it for days. We work under constant shelling, no effective painkillers, no morphine for patients screaming in agony. We watched premature babies die in incubators because after the power went out, like my nephew. We were forced to make impossible decisions: who to save and who to comfort as they died. But more terrifying than the lack of medicine or shelter is the message behind the attack, that the doctors are a target, that saving the wounded is a crime, that protecting lives is punishable by death. What we are witnessing is not just violence of international law. It's a crime against humanity, a systematic assault on medical neutrality and on the right to life and care. The Israeli military claims security as justification, but there's no security threat in bombing hospitals, no military target in killing newborns. This is not self-defense. This is extermination by way of health destruction. We are not only calling for aid, we are calling for justice. We demand accountability. We call for global recognition that what's happening, the killing of children, the bombing of hospitals, the murder of healthcare workers is not an accident, but a policy, a deliberate war strategy based on terror and erosion. Beyond the collapse of the healthcare system, Gaza is now facing a famine in the most literal sense. People are starving, not metaphorically, but physically wasting away. In the northern Gaza Strip, where I'm from, not a single truck of humanitarian aid has reached us. Not one. We have exhausted every reserve. There is no flour, no rice, no baby formula. This is not just health emergency. This is injured starvation. A siege designed not only to destroy infrastructure, but to break the human spirit, to erase an entire population through hunger, disease, and isolation. To everyone at Doctors Against Genocide, your voice matters. Your position make a difference. We ask you to speak louder, to document, to testify, to condemn with no hesitations. Because silence in the face of medical massacres is complicity. Yes, complicity. Let history record that the medical community did not stay silent, that we named this war was genocide. Dr. Mohammed Abu Sulmiya, director of Shifa Hospital, said the Israeli army is not just besieging Gaza; it's waging war in the entire health system, methodically, with intent and premeditation. Hospitals have been directly bombed, psychiatric wards, pediatric centers, emergency room, all targeted. In a blatant violation of the Geneva Convention, which protect medical facilities even in war. Medical teams here continue to work under fire despite losing their families, despite hunger, exhaustion, and danger. Some work 24 hours straight without food, shelter, or medicine. Yet they don't stop. Dr. Marwan Al-Hams, director of field hospitals, described horrifying scenes. We called for blood donation and 100 came, but most were too anemic, too malnourished. We had to turn them away. Heart patients, cancer patients, kidney patients, and the kidney failure cases, severely impaired children, or without care, without hope of evacuation. Patients are awaiting transfer for treatment abroad, yet the occupation blocked them. They are left to die on waiting lists. Infectious disease as scabies, smallpox, and impetigo are spreading with no medications. Children are dying of hunger. Pregnant women are giving birth to deformed babies due to paint weapons. Sewage systems are destroyed. Water is contaminated, and vaccination have stopped. This is not neglect. It's a systematic starvation. Collective punishment, a military doctrine that sees Gaza health as a target. The question is not, do we know what's happening? The question is why we are silent. This is next quote is not from Gaza. This is from Holocaust survivor describing life in Warsaw and Warsaw Ghetto under Nazi rule. people were selling their last possessions on the black market for food, wondering, can winter people really be killed? But the difference is the Warsaw Ghetto was not live streamed. Gaza is. We are watching it moment by moment. Israeli Finance Minister Smotrich declared, we will destroy Gaza completely. And the military commanders said openly, no red lines. The United Nations has described what's happening as a massacre of innocents, declaring that the Palestinians
Hamza, are you there? Yeah, I think we might. Hamza, as you can tell, he has a bad connection. He's walking in the streets, so we will. Oh, you're back. Okay.
I'm sorry, my internet is funny. This is not only Israeli genocide; it's the genocide of a world that watches and stays silent. I'm here today not just to condemn, but I testify to offer a medical witness account from inside the catastrophe, from a hospital where only blood and grief remain. If the world has any conscience left, it must act now. Every minute of delay means more children under the rubble, more lives stolen in silence. And thank you here from the north of Gaza, from Jabalia.
Thank you, Hamza.
Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Hamza, for this powerful testimony. And again, Hamza is speaking from the Jabalia camp, the camp that's been bombed for months now. As we can all hear, his testimony is very obvious, very clear. We are witnessing the mass starvation of more than 1 million child, the mass extermination of a whole people, the mass slaughter of babies and children in front of our eyes. This is being done while the medical community in the West and the United States have been silent on this. We are just wondering, we're asking the American Medical Association, is the mass starvation of children a medical value? We're asking the American people, is the mass slaughter of children an American value? We're asking the whole world, what else do you want to see and hear from our people in Gaza to stand up and stop this atrocity? Please try to stay with us, Hamza. I'm going to go to Dr. Ahmad Al-Farra, and we'll come back to you after that. Dr. Ahmad Al-Farra, he's the head of the pediatric department at Nasser Hospital, the same hospital that Dr. Ala Najjar works at, and it's the same. It's the same hospital that received the bodies of her 9 children. Dr. Ahmad Al-Farra, thank you for joining us, and I know it's hard for you. Thank you for making.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes. Alaikum salam, Dr. Ahmad. Ahla wa sahla. Tfaddal.
Thank you. I'm sorry for late. I was in the nutritional department. I was preparing a video for the last updating about the nutritional department in Nasser Medical Complex. First, I want to thank all my colleagues here. I want to appreciate their voice, which rise up from all backgrounds, from all countries, from all faiths, from all nations. They are now actually on the right side. They want to stand on the right side. They are here to talk about humanity, about morality, justice, that we try to make our voice to be loud. You are our voice, my colleagues. Again, thank you. I appreciate every minute. You are doing your best. Without your voice, we have nothing. You are our voice in the same moment that we have no voice to talk about our crime that nowadays is happening in Gaza. Let me please start from the updating about the situation. My colleagues, that the European hospital was targeted nearly 2 weeks ago. All the patients in that hospital, they were completely evacuated to Nasser Medical Complex. And this is make a lot of crowdedness, a lot of confusion. Now I'm talking with you, all the pediatric ICUs, all the adult ICUs, ICUs mean intensive care unit, all of them are occupied. Sometimes, unfortunately, I want to tell you that if we have mass casualty and a lot of injured or targeted patient came to the reception room, sometimes we take a priority for the one who will be survived, and the another one who has no hope. Unfortunately, we have to let him to die in peace because there is no places on the ventilator system. This is unbelievable that this is happening in this century, in this area, due to that disastrous or difficult situation. My colleagues, last week there is a plastic surgeon, Rose. You will see it. You will see here in the video that I sent for Dr. Nidal. If it is available, it's okay. Rose is a plastic surgeon. She's from United Kingdom, and Graham is orthopedic surgeon. He's from United Kingdom also. They came to support the Palestinian people here in Gaza. They were working in the reception room. Mass casualty happened, and a lot of injured patients, children, women, old age came to at the same time. One of the unbelievable, it was an infant. He was undergone explosive injury. He was his stomach and his intestine was outside his abdomen. He has a skull fracture. He has a lot of explosive injury, burns. His father was holding him and come in the reception room. He has shallow breathing. He's gasping, but his father take the hope that he will be survived. The staff dealt with him as soon as possible, but they know that he's in the last stage and he's gasping. I have, at this moment, I'm looking around me for Rose and Graham, and they were in shocked state. They were crying. I asked them what's happening. They told me it is unbelievable. We are not able to deal with these cases. How you can be tolerable and tolerate that for 20 months to do in these circumstances? This is not happening in any spot area in the world, just in Gaza. They told us that this should be documented, and should be everyone in the media know about it. This is happening every day. The mass casualty in Nasser Medical Complex is happening every day and every time. The last statistics in the last week, and I'm sure about it, that every 40 minutes a child is targeted and a woman is targeted in Gaza. every 40 minutes, a child and a woman are killed or targeted in Gaza in the last 2 weeks. This is for sure from the statistics of deaths that happening from mass casualty. Really, it is this is happening from 20 months, but the aggressiveness increasing in last 2 months after the ceasefire is stopped or violated from the occupational forces. Now I will please shift to Ala al-Najjar, Dr. Ala al-Najjar event, which is a great event and a big event. On Friday, I was in the hospital. We go to a mosque inside the hospital to pray Salat al-Jum'ah. And when we come back, I saw Dr. Ala al-Najjar. She's coming to the hospital to have her duty, and she's get inside the room. At this moment, at nearly 2 o'clock, we heard the voice. The voice is every minute, every hour. We have a bomb voice, a target here or a target there, rocket, tank, bullet, something like that. So she's continued work, but unfortunately, after that, her colleague in the same room, Dr. Ashaza, asked her that she heard from the internet that a house is targeted in Qizan al-Najjar, the area that Ala is living. Suddenly, Dr. Ala al-Najjar stand up, and something she felt in her heart that something belongs to her family happened. So she left the room and get the permission to leave the hospital. We told her to go to check up about her home. Unfortunately, there is no transport. She's going walking. It takes for nearly 15 minutes to go and to catch the house, her house. When she was there, she told us later on that she tried to put in her imagination that her house is good and it is not bombed. And that attack that she saw, the fire and the civilian defense forces are in another home. This is what her imagination or her brain told her. But she tried, she was in the ignorance about what happened for her family. But when she saw brother of Dr. Hamdi, her husband, his name is Ali, is catching the babies while they were burned and their head were cut off and amputated and completely burned. She know that this belongs to her family. She was shocked. She was unable to talk completely. And she came to the hospital with her sons, were 9 sons. And she told the civilian defense that there is 2 remaining from her sons and daughters under the rubble. But they told her that they can't stay more, because the situation is very dangerous and they may be targeted again. 2 rockets of F-16 airplane forces was thrown on her house. The first one didn't bomb, and the second one bombed, and the second one bombed the first one. So it's make a lot of explosive bombing. This is make no one can survive from it. The ambulance shifted her husband, Dr. Hamdi, and her son Adam to the hospital. Today, Hamdi is in the hospital. He's in the adult ICU. I think, unfortunately, he will lose one of his limbs. I think his hand, because there is a lot of injury in his hand. and the surgeon, plastic surgeon, and orthopedic and general surgeon and vascular surgeon, they can't save his hand. Also, he has a skull fracture. He has a lot of injuries in the brain. He has chest tube in the chest bilateral. He's in very critical general condition. And her son, Adam, is in the medium care in the MSF France unit, in the medium care unit. But I think he will survive, inshallah. When Dr. Ala come back to the hospital with the ambulance, she went to the with her son's bodies. She was unbelievable. That's what Dr. Shada and Dr. Abtisam, her colleagues, told me. She was a tough and a strong woman. She was dependent. She was like a pyramid of tolerability. She's standing and she start to read the Quran and pray for them. The female doctors, all of them were crying and severely sad, but she told them that this is from God. This is an exam from our God to select the martyrs, and she hoped that these martyrs will be a good certificate for her in paradise, inshallah. After they finished, she went back to her husband and to her son, and she's now moving 1 hour here and 1 hour there from the ICU's intensive care unit, from adult and medium care unit, about her son. You know, my friend and my colleagues, again, this is happening since 20 months ago, every day. Every day, a lot of families completely eradicated from the civilian records. This is, I'm sure about it. But the event about Dr. Ala al-Najjar was completely documented, as she was a doctor and her husband is a doctor, and she was in her work, and her husband was caring about their kids. But this is happening every day in Gaza Strip from 20 months ago. I'm responsible for that. And I want to this message to be delivered on all the media and all the newspaper and all the TV and the channels. This is the first. Second thing, that Dr. Ala al-Najjar and her husband Hamdi, they have the Egyptian nationality, and they refused to leave to Egypt in the beginning of the criminal war, because they want to stay in Palestine. They want to serve their children. They want to. She want to treat the patient. Dr. Ala is one of the most cooperative and silent doctor in my section. I used to be her head of section in pediatric department. No one complaining about performance of Dr. Ala. No one has any problem with Dr. Ala. Dr. Ala is one of the best doctors I have ever seen and met. She's always working without a lot of talking. She tried to compensate and try to coordinate between two responsibility of the home and her kids and her husband, and responsibility about the work. She's working in the reception room. She's managing nearly every day 50 to 60 cases every day. We didn't found any complication, any notice, any some bad or negative feedback about her performance and achievement. She's the best, and she's the best, and she's the best. And I think this is from God. I think our God is select the people that He want to examine them and to choose them for paradise, inshallah. Again, Dr. Ala al-Najjar and Dr. Hamd al-Najjar, they have no political issues. They are civilian, Palestinian civilian people. They have even in the media, if you follow up the page or the Facebook of Dr. Hamd al-Najjar, they don't have any opinion about political issues. They are just a doctor and his wife, which she's a pediatric doctors. They are dealing with their usual and activities. They want their children to be in good situation. They make for them some special courses about Quran, about computer science, about English. But this is put us about the aim or targeted or the goals that the Israeli army or occupational army is looking for. Nothing can explain. Nothing can explain why they attack these lovely boys and girls in the house. If someone told the media that they don't know, no. They know everything. They know everything. They know who's living in that house. They know that all of them, they are kids. But this is not strange. This is accepted for us, as we saw in the media many times. Members of Knesset and members of some leaders that their target is the children, and their target is the children in Gaza. Again, nothing, no words of consolation for Dr. Ala about her loss. I will transfer your deepest sympathy to her. She's not adaptized to talk to the media, and even she don't have a phone. She's this is a personal character for her, but again, what happened with Dr. Ala is out of mind. It is no expression. No expression can be talk about that. Again, my friend, please be the voice of Dr. Ala al-Najjar. Be the voice of Dr. Hamdi al-Najjar. Be the voice for every mass casualty and for every family is eradicated and completely wiped off from the civilian records in Palestine. Last, I want to mention about the trucks that it get inside Gaza. This is a lot of deception and the trick about it. The need and demand for Gaza is 500 truck or 600 truck every day. That the number of trucks that get inside nearly just 10 to 15 truck, and no medical supplies, no powdered milk, no special formula of milk, no instrument for Ministry of Health, no medical, even no antibiotics, nothing come inside in these trucks. And unfortunately, some of these trucks, they are stolen in when they come inside by gangs. These gangs are under the supervision of the Israeli forces. If you can see what happened on last Thursday on the entrance of Deir al-Balah city. on the entrance of Deir al-Balah city, there was 3 trucks that were stopped by some people or gangs. They under the guns, and they stopped that trucks when the authority, the local authority here, sent some people to try to make an intervention, to try to release the trucks. Unfortunately, the air forces attacked them, and nearly 5 to 6 martyrs was targeted in this attack. Again, this is a propaganda. This is like something for media that the trucks are coming inside Gaza. There is a gangs that belongs to occupational forces, but unfortunately they are Arabs. They have guns, they have weapons. They are in the area that no one can deal with them. I mean, near the borders, inside the borders, that area is very difficult for the local authorities here to reach there. If anyone tried to go there, he will be targeted. And what happened in Deir al-Balah on Thursday, you can open the media and you can look for it. Again, this is what's happening, and that is the situation. Hope that we will be in safe, and this criminal war will be stopped as soon as possible. Again, the north of Gaza situation is very bad also. No, nothing of that trucks can be available there because of that gangs that was under the supervision of the Israeli forces. Sorry for elongated. Thank you, Dr. Nidal. Thank you for everyone. My deepest sympathy for you, and I hope to continue with you for a long time. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmad. Thank you for this powerful testimony.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your truth. Thank you for sharing the truth of the doctors, the healthcare workers in Gaza. Again, we cannot come close to acknowledge that the only medical heroes in the world are you, Dr. Ala, your colleagues, the doctors, the nurses, the paramedics in Gaza, who are sacrificing everything, including their own children, their families, to insist on staying there and trying to save lives, trying to save children. You are our heroes. You are our role models, not the Western medical establishment that is silent on genocide, that is complicit in the mass starvation of children, that is aiding and abetting and supporting the mass slaughter of babies. This is to the American Medical Association. This is what you stand for. These are your values. You are supporters of the mass starvation of babies. You are supporters of the mass slaughter of children. You are silent on the murder of Dr. Ala, 9 children, and injuring her husband and her remaining child. Again, I mean, we're lost for words. We're going to share the videos myself, but I want to ask Dr. Ahmad, can you tell us what is in the hospital now, please? Do you have any supplies? Do you have any medications? Do you have any anesthesia? What's just the current situation of the hospital now? Did your hospital get any aid yet?
Dr. Nidal and everyone, hello again. Our hospital is lacking for medical supplies because we are talking about 90 days, nothing get inside Gaza as the borders are closed. and the trucks that come inside in the last 3 or 4 days, no one of it have medical supplies or milk. Today, in the morning meeting, we are talking about the milk that are completely consumed, the special formulas of milk and the normal milk. No milk available in the hospital. A lot of families, a lot of mothers came to the hospital and tried to talk with me that they are suffering. There is no milk, but we unable to do anything for them. We are feeling by something that lack of ability and capability to support that mothers. Again, we have also lack of equipment for structures for orthopedic, either internal or external fixation. 2 weeks ago, no need for to talk about 2 weeks ago. Hamd al-Najjar, whose husband for Dr. Ala, he need some fixation about his injury. The equipment wasn't available in the hospital. They sent him, this is on a Friday evening, after 2 hours from the attack or targeting, to the Jordanian hospital where the equipment is available, and did the operation for him and come back to our hospital, as there is no intensive care unit in the Jordanian hospital. The Jordanian hospital is near our hospital, nearly 200 meters away. So this is examples. We have also lack of material, soup. There is no soap in the hospital. There is no chlorine. Today in the meeting, we are talking about the laundry in the hospital. A lot of clothes, a lot of sheets. They coming back with bad odor, with some colors of blood still on it, because there is no chlorine in the hospital. Alcohol is also, we have shortage in it. Soap, as I mentioned, a lot of material that belongs to like chlorhexidine and iodine that belongs to infection control. We have lack of them. There is no blood culture as investigation. We have lack of yellow cannula, the small gauge of cannula. We have lack of central lines. And with that occupancy, full occupancy, and overcrowded, the hospital is in a very critical stage. Dr. Nidal and everyone, I have been in Gaza for 20 months in that genocidal war. This is the most critical period. We are talking about starvation and fear and evacuation, all of them in the same time. Some intervals or period of the beginning of the war was just evacuation from area to another area, which was safe at that time. Another time there is starvation, but there is no bombing or targeting. Sometimes they are targeting, but there is availability of medical supplies. But nowadays, again, this is an important message, and we want to deliver it on all media. Again, this is the most critical period of this genocidal war. There is lack of medical supplies. There is evacuation. Khanun city, all of her citizens or people, they are evacuated. Also, there is bombing and targeting everywhere, and the mass casualty increase in number and severity, and also the lack of vaccines. 2 vaccines are lost, the rotavirus vaccine and poliovirus vaccine. And our colleagues told us from the primary health care, within 2 weeks or 3 weeks, no vaccine will be available in Gaza. This is incredible. We are talking about this century, and no vaccines will be given to any child. This means that all the infectious disease that are preventable: pertussis, diphtheria, tetanus, mumps, rubella, measles, poliomyelitis, hepatitis, pneumococcal meningitis, Haemophilus influenza meningitis will come back again in Gaza if this vaccine were not available. I hope, my friend, to be our voice again. We appreciate your support for us. We are looking in Gaza for any hope, every hope. You know, the House of Commons of the United Kingdom in Britain, when they announced that they have to stop dealing with Israel about economic connection, we look at for this as it's a good step, but it is not enough. We have to make a pressure. We have to deliver our voices. We have to deliver our messages for everyone. We are on the right side. We are on the side of justice and the humanity. This is for history. For history will not allow the history to judge about us that we are not on the right side. We have to support the right side, maybe just by talking and deliver the message. Thank you again. I appreciate your time. Thank you again.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmad. We are the ones who need to thank you. And to double down on your message, aid did not get in Gaza yet. No hospital received any aid. This is a message from the executive director of the World Food Bank or program that he shared today. He said, we have not seen evidence that Hamas is stealing humanitarian aid. People are rushing to trucks, and it has nothing to do with Hamas organized crime. It's only because they are hungry. The situation in Gaza is catastrophic, and the aid trucks that have entered are just a drop in the ocean. 500,000 people in Gaza are suffering from severe food insecurity. We will continue to provide food and supply to help bakeries operate in Gaza, but we are not allowed to do so. We have all what we need on the border, but it's not allowed to go in. We can only do our job if the international community puts more pressure on Israel and force the aid in. The roads that could help us deliver aid are completely closed. We need food to enter Gaza in order to avoid a devastating disaster. And before you go, Dr. Ahmad, I want you please to share our deepest condolences from all of us here, from the family of Doctors Against Genocide, from our audience, from all people of good conscience in the world, to Dr. Ala, and tell her we are sorry. We see her, we hear her, but we failed her. And we promise to do.
Dr. Nidal, I'm really feeling about your deepest sympathy, and actually I feel with that heart feeling that you are feeling about us, my friend. This is I'm speechless. We have to continue. We have to struggle. We have to be more strong. You are supporting us. Every time I'm remembering Ala and Najjar, I'm crying, but I'm crying between myself. But I try to be more powerful. But inside me, there is a lot of a lot of hope that this will be ended as soon as possible. Again, they are not ink on paper. They are a human being created with God, by God, and they have the right to live. They have the right to have medical services. They have to ride for education, for traveling. It's unbelievable. We are talking about 2.5 million people. They are doctors, they are engineers, they are pharmacists, they are teachers. What's happening for them is unbelievable. It's like an area, our spot area, that isolated from the whole world. But my friend, Dr. Nidal, and our colleagues, when I joined your meeting, I get a lot of positive energy. It is like a weekend or holiday. Sometimes after a lot of work among the whole week, you go to the journey to the sea beach or to the or camping with your family and get positive energy for another week. When I join this Zoom, I get a positive energy to work and to continue. This is our future, and this is our land. We have to be here and will not leave our land. And we are the stone of this land. The water is coming and going in the valley, but we are stone of that valley. Again, thank you for your heart feeling.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmad. And yes, we are strong and we will continue the fight. And we promise you and Dr. Allah and everyone that we will do more. We will never leave a stone unturned until we stop this massacre. Go ahead, Mason, please.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmad.
Most welcome.
I just want to share that we actually get our strength and inspiration from you. You are our moral compass, and we're always going to learn from you and get our strength from you. So thank you. It's just the fact that you joined us and shared your testimony with us is something that we don't take lightly, and we will continue this. And yes, we, the Palestinians, are the rightful owners of that land, and we will never, ever, ever give up that land. Thank you so much. Also, the people of Palestine are not nameless and they're not faceless. They have names, they have families, they have people who love them, people who cherish them, and we will never let their stories go untold. So I'm going to just read the names of Dr. Alaa's children, and please correct me if I misread. The names that we have are Yahya, Rakan, Raslan, Jubran, Eve, Rivan, Sidin, Luqman, and Sidra. All these children are innocent souls that meant the world to Dr. Ala and Dr. Hamdi, her husband. Is he still in critical condition, or how is he doing, her husband?
He's in a critical condition. Since nearly 1 hour, the plastic surgeon and the orthopedic and the vasculature surgeon, they are discussing about to amputate his hand or not. I think they will take a decision within 20 minutes. I hope that they can preserve his hand, but if they was obligated to amputate his hand, this will be maybe for saving his life. Also, he's still in coma. He's on mechanical ventilation. He's not aware about everything. The problem, when he's able to wake up or extubated, when he will ask about his family, who will answer, who could be able to answer, where is his sons, where is his daughters? This is the problem.
Yeah.
No one can imagine that he will be in this situation.
Nobody can. It's unimaginable, and it's beyond what words can describe. We can only stay with you side by side amplify your stories and just be a small extension that can bring that message to the world. So thank you so much for your steadfastness and your sumud, and inshallah we will all meet in a free Palestine. Inshallah.
Thank you, Maisa.
Thank you so much. So I want to share a video with everyone, not because we want to normalize horrific images, never, but because there are moments in life that require the raw truth and the raw images to be seen. And before I share this, I want to send this message to, I live in Canada, so Prime Minister Carney and his newly elected cabinet, President Trump and Marco Rubio, who chooses to throw doctors out of a hearing and arrest them instead of heeding the call to send food to starving children. So I'm going to share the video. It is graphic, but it's necessary. And it is our message to this entire horrific world that enough is enough. We need to see action. Words are simply not enough. Of course, there's numerous images and pictures and horrific scenes that we see from the ground. Children dying out of starvation, children beheaded, dismembered, maimed, killed, burned to ashes.
Can you please share the one that we got an hour ago, or that happened an hour ago, please? This is the latest victim of President Trump and the American administration and the American weapons and the American complicity of this genocide. Please look at those children. This is what our might, as the biggest country, most powerful country in the world, is able to do. Mass slaughter babies and children and starve them to death. Go ahead, Mace.
Just bear with me 1 second.
حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. من وين جبتوها هذه؟ هاي بنك اهداف وهي بنك اهداف عدو. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل. الزمهم الاطفال يموتوا جعانين، يموتوا الشهداء، الزمهم. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل في العرب قبل اليهود. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل في العرب قبل اليهود. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل.
Going to share a picture, if that's okay.
This is the paramedic who was on our webinar many times, Abu Hamza. And look what the American bombs, the American tax money are being used for. Look at that baby, look at their skull. This is the great America, and make America great again. This is how it looks like. This is a message to President Trump. You promised peace and to end wars. You took the Arab people money and you promised them to end the war, but you walked away and you lied. You stabbed them in the back. If you don't keep up with your promises, you are just a thief. You are not a genius. You are not a negotiator. You are just a thief who steals other people's money for promises that he cannot keep. And if you are not as weak as you keep talking about Biden and his legacy, please prove us wrong and stop this. Stop it now. You can do it with a phone call. We know you can. Don't come up with excuses. Netanyahu is making a fun and a mockery of you and of all of us. He is taking advantage of you, of all of us, and making fools and criminals out of all of us, massacring babies. Look at the baby, President Trump. If anyone can send this to President Trump to robe you to their administration, this is your face. This is your weakness. People voted for you because you promised peace and you came swagging and playing tough. Prove that you can do it. And we know you can do it with a phone call. President Reagan did it with a phone call in 1982. And since Reagan, you say that you admire him and you live with his legacy, then please do what he did. He called Itzhak Shamir, the other war criminal at that time, and ordered him to stop it now. And he is witnessing a Holocaust. These are Reagan words. He said, I am seeing a Holocaust in front of my eye. Stop it now. And Shamir obliged. You can do the same, President Trump, because we are witnessing a Holocaust in front of our eyes being live streamed for 19 months. Stop it now. Thank you, everyone. In terms of action, we are going to talk at the end about what actions we can do as a community and what demands do we have. One of the actions being brainstormed and prepared for is something called a diplomatic convoy to send aid to Gaza. One of the groups working on this is Law for Palestine. We have a representative here from Law Palestine, Nurhan Fahmy. She is a jurist for Palestine Forum, coordinator with Law for Palestine, and currently the coordinating manager for the launch of the diplomatic humanitarian convoy for Gaza. Nurhan, are you with us?
Hello. Yes, I am. Thank you so much, Nadal, for your introduction.
Thank you, Nurhan. Thank you for being with us. Please share with us about the idea of the diplomatic convoy and at what stage is it now and what can we do to help and join forces and amplify this message. The floor is yours.
Thank you. I just want to thank everyone who joined in with testimonies. This is truly needed, and so thank you. And regarding the diplomatic convoy, it's a Palestinian civil society backed by international NGOs as well, and Law for Palestine is among them. It's a unified call to push for a diplomatic humanitarian convoy, mainly led by states. So we're trying to have state support to accompany a convoy that would be scheduled around mid-June. So the tentative date for it is June 10th to the 15th. The idea behind the convoy is to mobilize support to accompany the trucks that are blocked outside or stalled outside Rafah crossing to be able to enter Gaza through Rafah. For that, we need, of course, the approval of Egypt, and the Palestinian state has already declared its official approval. So there is now communication with states, Egypt among others. There are a few states who did declare their support. We're still working on it. We're also aiming to have officials. It's mainly aimed for state officials. So whether parliament members or diplomatic personnel from all countries would be invited to join this convoy. especially from countries who would not be able to support in their official capacity. So if countries like maybe the US or something who would not be, or maybe the UK, individual MPs would be also invited to support this convoy, to be part of this convoy. The Vatican. So it's planned to be something big, to include as many diplomatic presence as possible, to mobilize support for this convoy to enter Gaza. This is because of the declared famine by the Palestinian state, as well as like the IPC that did say that there's like acute food insecurity and famine, and we've all seen it. So right now, what we're trying to do is mobilize support for this convoy. We are organizing a webinar around the end of this week that will include Palestinian civil society and other experts to talk about starvation as a weapon of war, and to mobilize support for state action. It's mainly targeted to have action by states. Civil society is trying to mobilize pressure, is trying to exert pressure on states and state officials to push for this convoy to happen, because we believe that this is primarily a state responsibility to ensure that aid, whether it's from the UN or other international organizations like the ICRC, that has been very slow or completely blocked to enter Gaza, can make it through. And as we heard already in this webinar, even that it is still very slow, and still it's very hard to get the essential supplies, including nutrition and medical supplies. So this convoy is aimed to try and break the siege. The difference it would pose in comparison to, say, the flotilla and other grassroots movements is that it is envisioned to be supported by states. So this would exert, in theory, more pressure on the Israeli authorities to not block it, and to have the convoy enter through Rafah without any blocking. This is the hope. This is what we're trying to work for. We're still continuing to mobilize support, and we're trying to aim for the date to be as soon as possible. But as you know, given state bureaucracies and the channels that need to be that everyone needs to go through, it is taking some time, but we're trying to make it as fast as possible. Therefore, this target time, which is June 10th to the 15th, this is our target time for the convoy. This is mostly it. I will share the unified call with you here on the chat with everyone so you can see it. This has been signed by almost 900 civil society organizations around the world. And it's still being signed until this moment. So your support would be greatly appreciated in terms of spreading the call, having civil society mobilize support and pressure governments to be involved in this convoy in their official capacity in terms of diplomats, and any state official really. That's what we're working on right now. Let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you.
Thank
Do we have, just a quick question from me. I'm actually, this is interesting timing, because there is, and I'm sure we can look at the US as well, but there is an action that is being organized on Parliament Hill on May 28th in Canada. I'm just wondering if you have any Canadian diplomats that joined, or if that can be incorporated into our call to action as we take on the Hill on the 28th.
Yes, I think this definitely Canada is on the list of I don't think it's confirmed. I'm not sure because I don't have the final list yet. We don't have the final list yet, but definitely Canada is on high priority country. So if we want to include some mobilization for this call in this parliamentary event you're talking about, that would be great. I believe there's already people in Canada who are trying to mobilize support for that, but
Great.
the more the better. So
okay, maybe you can connect us afterwards.
Yes,
We can
sure.
forward. Perfect.
Okay, perfect.
So I shared that. So, and Doctors Against Genocide has been endorsed this action. Actually, there's we're a global organization. It says Doctors Against Genocide USA, but we are a global organization. So maybe we can just highlight that as well.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Nurhan, for sharing this, and thank you for leading this action. And we are in full support. And I think, Maisa, since you have this day on in the parliament, maybe it's something you need to bring to the MPs there to be part of it. And we also, in Doctors Against Genocide, are going to DC on June 4th. And we're going to add this to our list of demands for, staffers and representatives to be part of this convoy. I mean, we have many other actions that we're planning to do, including a White House action at that time. We can elaborate on this later on since it's just in early planning. Maisa, do you want to talk about your press conference next week in Canada? You are muted, Maisa.
Thank you. Yes, I will. I just shared also the link to sign up for the Action Day on the Hill on June 4 in DC. So for all the US-based healthcare workers, please join. I'm sure Nidal would like to have as many as possible join us. So in terms of the Action Day in Canada, so on May 28th, we will be holding a press conference at 10 a.m. That would be live streamed through the Doctors Against Genocide channels, but also through the official channels. It is being currently sponsored by one of the MPs in Canada. Her name is Heather McPherson, and she is a member of parliament with the NDP, so who's been extremely vocal and very strong on calling it a genocide and calling out our Canadian government complicity. So she is hosting us, and so there will be a press conference at 10 a.m. And we have a list of speakers who have been in Gaza, doctors who are also members of Doctors Against Genocide and doctors who have been in Gaza recently. So they will all be sharing their testimonies. And we have a day of organized meetings with different MPs, both from the NDP party, the Liberal Party, which is I guess, the leader that just took on the government. And I also have a letter that I just want to share here with everyone. We are looking to get as many signatures as possible because I will hand deliver this letter to Mark Carney, our Prime Minister. So the more people sign the letter, if you're if you're attending from Canada, please sign, share widely. There's been 56,000 letters sent so far. We need as many as possible. We have several organizations that actually endorse this event. And we are hoping to hold this government accountable to their complicity in the genocide. Coincidentally, at the same time, there is the CanSec event happening. CanSec is an exhibit for all the military industry and technologies. So they're going to be touting the latest technology that is being battle tested on our people in Gaza, and we are going to make it a point to call out our government complicity. So the campaign is called Words Are Not Enough. We need serious action from our government. Mark Carney has been saying things that sound encouraging, but we haven't really seen any action in terms of sanctions or anything like that. So that's it in terms of the Canadian action. So again, 10 o'clock a.m. on May 28th, please share the word, spread the word. There will be media, and we're hoping to get as much exposure as we can. And definitely this action, this diplomatic convoy can be part of that action as well.
Yeah, thank you, Maisa. Now we're going to hear from our colleagues here. Each one of them can share if they have any suggestions for action or anything they want to comment on or questions, then maybe we can sum up the possible actions that we can do as Doctors Against Genocide. As doctors and healthcare workers, we do have codes in medicine, and we put these codes because they usually indicate to us the level of the emergency or the type of the emergency that we're responding to. As we all know, we have code blue when there's, cardiac arrest and needs a doctor to go there. We have a code blue, and we have many other codes. As doctors against genocide, who've been witnesses to this horrible crime that's been committed over the last 600 days. And as a medical organization, we are declaring a code genocide to put the medical community in the United States and all over the world on alert. We are witnessing a code genocide, and the response from every doctor, every nurse, every healthcare worker, every medical organization all over the world should be on the level of code genocide, which is immediate and urgent and emergency action that can live up to the current moment. We are witnessing 2.3 million civilians being exterminated on our sides, in front of our eyes. This is a crime against humanity. This is a crime against life. This is a crime against medicine, and we will not stay silent. Maisa, do you want to say anything?
I just want to say that we just got an update from Dr. Nader because he couldn't join us, and he sent us something in writing that he would like us to read it. So Dr. Nader is working with orphans in Gaza, and he prepared a video for us, but because of the internet connection, he couldn't upload it and he couldn't join us. So do you mind if I read that quickly, or?
Yeah, go ahead. Then we'll go to our colleagues, please.
Okay, perfect. So the title of the piece that Dr. Nader shared with us is called Echoes of Innocence Amidst the Chaos. Over the past few weeks, I've been facilitating Heal Through Play sessions for orphan children in Gaza, integrating play therapy and art therapy to help them process the traumas they've endured. Since April, we've engaged over 180 orphans in activities designed to rebuild the sense of safety, identity, and joy. During one such session, as laughter began to fill the air, a sudden bombing occurred just meters away. The joyous atmosphere was instantly replaced by chaos and fear. Children screamed, seeking comfort, their eyes reflecting the horrors they've witnessed. In the immediate aftermath, an 8-year-old boy clung to me, pleading for my phone to call his mother, having already lost his father to the conflict, to the genocide. His desperation to ensure his mother's safety was heart-wrenching. Later, as I gently asked the children about their feelings, one child expressed a chilling sentiment: "I prefer to die rather than be injured." When I inquired why, he responded, "There is no hospital to treat us." He recounted how his sister had broken her hand and found no one to help her. Another child, attempting to mask his fear, told me with a forced smile, "I'm not afraid of the bombing." Yet, the tremble in his voice and the look in his eyes betrayed his true emotions. These moments underscore the immense psychological toll this conflict, I should say genocide, has on these young souls. Their resilience is astounding, but no child should have to bear such burdens. I had hoped to share a video capturing these moments, but technical issues have prevented me. Nevertheless, I wanted to convey the depth of their experiences and the critical importance of our continued support and intervention. So once we get the video, I'm sure we can share it with you, and if we don't post it on the website, we can share it in our emails as well. Thank you, Dr. Nader. I'm sorry he can't make it today.
Thank you, Dr. Nader. Again, we hear you, and stay strong, and we pray for your safety, you and your colleagues and the orphan children and everyone in Gaza. For our colleagues here, please, I want to, if you don't mind, anyone who wants to share a minute or so about any reflections on this, any suggestions of actions, then we can sum up our meeting for today. Who wants to start?
Nidal, I have something to say, please.
Oh, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, everyone. I'm in the car, but I wanted to point out that graduations are happening over the next 1 week, and a lot of the students are feeling the toll of what is happening from the genocide in Gaza, and the toll from being silenced and censored and punished for speaking up. And we are encouraging our medical colleagues and the community of doctors against genocide and healthcare workers to hold sick from genocide clinics and to hold co-genocide events around graduation times. We do have toolkits for that, and they are on our website. We are happy to share them. If you are interested in doing such an action and you need support, let us know and we will be very happy to help. It is important to support the students and because the students are getting really singled out whenever they do any action. We, the adults, have to stand beside them and help them and support them, and that is part of our mission in supporting the people in Gaza. And thank you so much. Sorry for being in the car.
Thank you, Karama. Yes, this is a very important call. And since you're talking about the children, then you made it easier for me to pick our next speaker. We have Dr. Thomas Pedroni. Please, if you want to share with us any reflections, any suggestions, and if you want to add more about the situation with students, please go ahead.
Absolutely. And thank you. Yeah, Dr. Thomas. I think that we need to all do whatever we can within the context that we find ourselves. So an example that I have is on the 31st, I'd been invited to be a speaker at a large outdoor community event that apparently attracts thousands of people. And I'm going to use my time there, of course, to bring attention to Palestine. It focuses on immigration. And I think a lot of the tenor of it will be, we can all be one happy family here in America. And of course, that's a nice message. But I want to also bring us to the reality of what our country represents, the genocide it represents, the charred babies that it represents, and I will be doing so. I've also been able to finally break through to our dean and allow an investment of college monies into bringing Palestinian speakers along with Black liberation speakers to our campus. And then finally, I will be there June 4th. I encourage as many people as possible. It's not convenient for me, but it is doable, and I sense the urgency that many people have communicated on this call, including Dr. Nidal. And, we always build community when we're there as well. We get meaning out of being together. And that always happens, even in the grief of times like this. We can still be together and share in our sense of samud and make each other stronger and bring some joy to each other in our presence and our recognition of where we stand in terms of building a better world. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pedroni. Thank you for sharing this. And yes, the situation is very urgent. And thank you for sharing the urgent message. And thank you for doing all what you can to join us on June 4th. Again, this is a call for everyone here and all our people in the audience and the whole medical community in the United States to join us on our next action in DC in the Hill, June 4th. Please make it happen. We have 2 weeks to prepare a day off. We have 2 weeks to have someone that can cover us. We have 2 weeks to prepare a travel for 1 day. And I think as doctors, healthcare workers, we can do it. If the people in Gaza, if Dr. Ahmad Al-Farra can see hundreds of cases of murdered children, if his colleague can witness this and treat them without anesthesia, without medication, if Dr. Ala Al-Najjar can witness the slaughter of all her 9 children in front of her eyes, then I think we can make it to DC on June 4th. And this time, numbers are very important. We want the whole Heart building to be full of doctors and nurses and healthcare workers. Every single inch of that building. We want so many doctors that there should be no space for the police or the Capitol Police to be there. We want to fill it with doctors and nurses. Please make this happen. If you care about Dr. Ala or her children or Dr. Ahmad or all our colleagues in Gaza, again, Doctors Against Genocide is declaring a state of code genocide, and our response should match this call. Thank you, Dr. Pedroni. And I'm going to go to Mary Beth raised her hand, but it seems, are you ready, Mary Beth?
I'm here. As Dr. Dufour had asked us to share an action we're working on and reflecting on Dr. Hawash's word of ourselves and our sphere of influence. So next week, a group of us on May 27th will be attending the live filming of Live with Kelly and Mark, and then The View. Because how do I possibly connect to a larger audience of my own sphere? That's what my sphere watches in the morning on television. This isn't about like a protest. It is an invitation to visit the JAG website, an invitation to become engaged, to care, and to act. So I just made my first t-shirt. It's an iron-on. So basically you wear the message, because then you're not holding up signs. There's no issues or rules being violated with that. And the group of us, will be like a living embodiment of this JAG mission of humanity in that moment, on that day. And so maybe this will give other people ideas or empower them to act, even if you don't know exactly how it will turn out. Because I don't know if this will be generative. I also don't know that it won't be an incredible way of spreading information. So we're gonna just do it and see how it goes.
Thank you, Maribeth, for sharing this important action too. Again, as you saw, Dr. Hawash is driving. Actually, she's on her way to Connecticut, to Palestine Museum, US, to deliver a lecture. It's going to start at 3 p.m., 3 to 5. Please, we are inviting everyone to join that call too. She's going to present a lecture to the medical students there. The medical student tried to invite her to the medical school to present this lecture about the impact of genocide and health, and the impact of the war and health in Gaza. Unfortunately, the school canceled that lecture. That's why, as we always do, Doctors Against Genocide, we do not accept to be silent. No one can silence us. That's why the lecture was scheduled at the Palestine Museum. So Dr. Hawash will be presenting this lecture to the students. It will be in person and on Zoom, and everyone is encouraged to please sign up. We'll have Maisa share the link to that lecture that will start in about an hour from now. Now we're going to go to our next colleague here, Martha. Go ahead, Karama.
Yeah,
more about
I just wanted to thank Faisal Saleh, the president of the Palestine Museum, who graciously offered the space immediately and has been very instrumental in organizing. And I will see him in 1 hour, so I just wanted to say hello and thank you, Faisal.
Faisal, are you there? Faisal, are you there?
Yes, I am. And hey, this is the least we could do. Our motto is: you cancel them, we uncancel them. We're open for handling any cancellation that happens. And we're looking forward to seeing Dr. Karami later on.
Thank you, Faisal. Thank you for offering the space. And yes, we all will be also joining by Zoom. We appreciate your dedication and your unwavering advocacy. Now we go to Martha Miller from
I'm putting the link in the chat here if I can. Let me see. I'm unable to insert it.
I added the link, Faisal.
Okay.
It's there.
All right.
Thank
That's
you.
good then. Excellent.
Yeah, Dr. Ahmad, if you don't mind, if you can just mute your mic, please. Dr. Ahmad, if you can
Yes.
mute your mic. Just mute your mic, please. الميكروفون لو سمحت.
تمام.
Yes. Martha Miller,
And Danny has her hand up
Yes.
as well.
go ahead.
I just want to say that some of us in Boston are, as Karama said about commencement week, we're going to be joining in a 24-hour live stream vigil, and where people will be reading out the names of all the martyrs from Palestine, and joining up with the Harvard faculties and staff. And we're talking about doing a sick from genocide clinic at that. And also there's some of us from Boston will be coming on the 4th as a response to the urgency.
Thank you, Martha. We go next to Dr. Danny Ritchie from Long Island or New York. Danny, are you there?
I'm
Danny?
here. It's Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, okay.
That
ahead.
happens often. So hi, much more of a comment. I'm here at commencement at Brown University, so it's been hard for me to, be more present for this. I've been back and forth, but I guess I really want to say that one of the reasons I'm here is because I have a student that is graduating from the medical school here, and I did not get a chance to see her, but she walked down. She walked with a keffiyeh and the Palestine flag around her as she got her diploma. But that is in light of a university which, as I was walking to the commencement, they had an airplane that said Brown for Israel. I did not see an airplane that said Brown for Palestine. So it broke my heart, and it just makes me so angry to see a university doubling down on covering up and silencing on the catastrophe, the genocide that's happening. I only ray of hope is that I was at a talk yesterday, and we have a center for the study of race, the study of slavery and justice, and people have known that I'm doing work against Gaza and the Fort Gaza and against the genocide, and I've been asked by the head to have of that center to speak with them. So I'm hoping that we will be able to find some way to do some counter at the university for this atrocity. And I also will be joining Mary Beth for the action in New York on the 27th. So onward, forward, always trying to look for ways for resistance and stopping this genocide.
Thank you, Dr. Ritchie. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being strong. And yes, please let them hear the truth, and let them hear the humanity through your voice. And now we can go to Dr. Iman Husni. Dr. Iman Husni, you are very close to the politicians there in DC and to what's happening in the halls of power. If you want to update us, or if there's any suggestions on your side, what else we can do, please go ahead.
Hello, everybody. I wanted to thank all of the speakers for being witnesses. I know that must have been very difficult. It's very difficult for us to hear, and very overwhelming in the sense that, we're making these efforts and we feel like we are failing you guys. But I just encourage people to come to us, come with us to the Hill. The bigger the numbers, it's a big deal when you show up in your white coat. There's a respect that goes with that, and people listen to us. And so when there's more of us there, even though it can feel like nobody's listening, I have noticed over the last 20 months that there is a shift, in terms of what some of the empathy that we're getting from some of the offices, even sometimes from the Republican offices. There was an office that we went to that was a Republican senator's office, and the person we spoke to said that although you don't see these things out in the media, there are talks that are happening behind closed doors. So that was encouraging. Of course, it's not enough, but we have to go because we are witnesses, and we need to let them know so that they have absolutely no excuse to act like they don't know what's going on. And I think that is part of our role, to go both as physicians, because our opinions are respected, and also so that they can't say they don't know that this is going on. You know, we're the ones who are keeping them, holding them accountable. So please join us. We have people coming from all over the country. You don't have to be in the DC area. It's just a day. Get somebody to cover for you. We could really use the help.
Thank you, Dr. Iman, for your continued support, dedication, and your great work on the health. Since we, yes, please hit the call, Dr. Iman. Number matter, please. We need more and more doctors, nurses, healthcare workers to join us in DC, especially for this one, June 4th. Please try every way you can to make it happen this time. I think the stand this time is very crucial and very urgent. Since we started with Iman, let's go to another Iman. We have Iman Rashid, Palestinian American journalist. Her what they call microphone is off, so we're hearing the noise. Might as well listen or hear from her. Iman, are you there?
Oh, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you. Go ahead, please.
Oh, great. Okay. Sorry, I'm in the car. I was going back and forth. I just wanted to say, for all these actions, if there's any way you could, if you need help getting media attention, to please reach out to me. I usually need a good few weeks advance notice, but especially this action at that's in New York, the live with Kelly and Mark. This is something I really would love to be able to help with as much as possible. And I think we can get tons of people there to do this as well with you guys. If there's any way you could reach out to me, just wanted to give out my email address. And I tried to put it in the chat and I just couldn't do it. But my email address is brooklynseeds@aol.com. So it's brooklynseeds@aol.com. And I usually need a lot of advance notice, but if there's any way you can just give me an idea of when your event is happening, and I will try my best. I can't always be available, but I can. I'm no longer a journalist, but what I do is I help people who are doing Palestine stories get their stories on the air. So if you're having a press event, please reach out to me. And again, if you haven't done the media training on how to speak in sound bites, it's really crucial, because you could say the most powerful thing, but make the mistake of saying 2 minutes of things, and they will ignore your powerful statement and just go to something that you said that that can be vague. So please make sure that you have done the media training, and if you haven't, please reach out to me. Dr. Nidal has done it, and the Doctors Against Genocide, a bunch of folks have done it. But if you haven't done it, the training is free, and I will gladly work with you. I just need to know what the event is. Again, preferably weeks in advance, but if just tell me when you're going to have it and email me. And if it's urgent, if the action is happening very soon, the word urgent needs to be in the subject line so that I know, because I'm working with so many groups in so many places. That's all I wanted to say. And thank you everyone for everything that you do. I so appreciate everything everyone is doing. And inshallah, one day we can look back and say we did every single thing that we could to stop this genocide.
Okay, so I'm going to email you today, and it'll say urgent.
Great.
Subject line.
Okay, yes, please make sure it says urgent.
It's quick turnaround, but we'll see what we can do.
So,
okay, great, great.
Yeah, If I may just add one thing also, there, you know, we as medical doctors, what we did is when we went to the Hill, we took a prescription with us where we said we diagnosed this as genocide and as starvation, and we recommend the following. I do recommend that everyone reaches out to their representative, their elected official, even on social media, and put it as a prescription. It is on our website, so you can see it and you can use the language. And we have seen some of the politicians actually put social media statements based on what we have recommended. Representative Lynch in Massachusetts, Senator Warren in Massachusetts, both put statements about starvation. And I think the pressure from the medical community makes a difference. So that is an action that any one of us can take, just sitting on the computer and writing a message on social media or email.
Yes, thank you, Karama. And thank you, Karama. Just to add to your point, this is something we learned recently from our last visit to the Hill, that the most impactful thing for, with these politicians is the phone call. You have to call them or you have to show up to their offices. Sometimes they can ignore the messages, they can ignore the emails, they can ignore the petitions, but the phone call is something they cannot ignore, and it does go on record, it does get documented, and every senator, every representative at the end of the week goes over these and sees how many people called on what issue. So please, we know it might take a few minutes for your time, but if you really want to make the impact, in addition to the social media, in addition to the emails, petitions, please call. Calls, something they cannot ignore. They have to report it, and it does go on record, and they do listen to it. And they listen at the end of the week. How many calls did I get about Gaza? How many calls did I get about Medicaid? How many calls did I get about this and that? And we know that it does make a difference if we call them, and if they get more calls about what is happening in Gaza. Iman, unfortunately, we don't have too much time ahead of time to prepare for the coming event in DC on June 4th. I don't think the people of Gaza can afford more weeks to prepare for this, but if you can please join us or help us to be part of this event that we're holding in DC June 4th. It's about 2 weeks time. Hopefully that's good enough. But this is, we want to make this very important, very impactful. So please, we're going to share, I'll share with you in the, with the messages about it, and maybe you can help us prepare, a strategy or a media strategy. So this event
I would love to help.
Yes,
I would love to help.
I'll reach out to you. Thank you for being here. If you please just mute your mic because we're moving to our next speaker. We have Dr. Ashraf Abul-Ez. Dr. Ashraf, are you there?
Nidal, sorry, just added something in the chat for people who want to use the prescription. It's on our website. Anyone can download the prescription and use it. So it's available to everyone.
Dr. Ashraf, are you there?
Yes, Nidal.
Dr.
I'm there. Thank you for letting me. I mean, I just have a very short message to the participants. We had more than 300 participants today, and some of us don't live on the East Coast, and it's hard for us to be there every time. But we all, as people who care about what is going on in Gaza and about the genocide, I think we have an obligation to do something. If we can do something on a daily basis, that can take 5 minutes, 2 minutes from our time. Send a message to your groups, send a message, forward a picture that shows the catastrophe, educate people about what is going on. I think we need to get more people in this country and all over the world to know what is going on. There is a lot of ignorance, and there are a lot of people who don't care. I know there are a lot of people who have good hearts, but they don't know. And we need to educate people as much as we can. I think this is the least we can do, in addition to everything that's being done by Doctors Against Genocide and all these wonderful groups that are caring about humanity and about saving people and saving life. Thank you for giving me the chance to say that.
Thank you, Dr. Ashraf. Thank you for joining us last visit, and hope to see you soon. And thank you for your message. Yes, please, there is something we can do every day. Simple actions also make a difference. Any action, anything is better than nothing. And don't forget, please call every day, call every elected official, every representative, call your hospital, call your institution, call your CEO. It is called genocide, and we are declaring that. That's why we have to call and we have to do actions every single day. We'll go down now to Dr. Jed Bell from California. Doctors Against Genocide chapter. Go ahead, Jed.
Jed, are you here?
Yes, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, thank you.
I think it's just I think every campaign that we do is worthwhile. And I think as prescribers, we can think about the Teva campaign, boycott Teva campaign. We can put this in the link as well. I'll share it with Mesa if you can join that. This is something we do on a daily basis to boycott Israeli pharmaceuticals, which are used on a daily basis. We can do it as patients. You can call your pharmacy. So we can boycott that, but also as prescribers, there's a big campaign with that. So Mesa will share that inside the chat with you now. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jed. We have Dr. Mariam Shitab, California, Doctors Against Genocide chapter. Go ahead, Mariam.
Okay. A couple thoughts. Dr. Ahmad mentioned that in about 2 or 3 weeks, they're going to be completely out of all vaccines, not just the rotavirus and poliovirus. Doctors Against Genocide has had campaigns to our medical organizations, but I think it's time to have a renewed effort to send mass letters to the American Academy of Pediatrics, which has made some comments, some statements about what's happening in Gaza, but I don't believe they've called it a genocide, and I don't believe they've said anything to this current administration. So those of us that are, members of the American Academy of Pediatrics or the American, Board of Family Medicine, AFP, I think a renewed letter writing campaign to that end, because no vaccines, zero childhood vaccines, which might be the dream of some people in this country, but it's certainly a nightmare for anyone who is actually a physician here. The other thing I would say is Doctors Against Genocide has had really great success with having hybrid meetings with elected representatives. We've now had meetings with both Senators Padilla and Senator Schiff. Those went really well. And if there are people in other states, you have Republican representatives, if you're a constituent of one of those senators, like Senator Risch, for example, if you want to be our token constituent, we will be happy to put in the work to try and get a meeting with your elected representative. We just need a constituent. So if you're interested, reach out. And I think the biggest thing that, like Nadal said, is going to be having as many white coats as possible show up to DC on the 4th to make a statement.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Shitab. So, yes, we can do more call, and everyone join on June 4th. And everyone, please keep thinking of what other things we can do to make an impact. We'll go back to DC now with Dr. Roxana Samimi. Then we'll come back to California after that. Go ahead, Roxana. You're okay.
Yeah, I just unmuted. I mean, I think have much to add aside from what was already said, just, the daily calls, making sure we kind of emphasize that. I've been trying to tell people that have not been doing much of anything that, hey, you can call. If you just call once, or if you call, every other day, just this will help. It'll help. And it makes people, I don't know, just trying to do that. I guess that's just the only thing I can add. Or I send them the petitions like what you just sent Mesa for Canada. I sent that over during this meeting today. But I think if we just really emphasize that something is better than nothing, so just giving up is not an option. And we obviously have, the obligation to do that. And that's it. And then just being able to show up on the Hill, like Iman and a few others said, is really helpful with the white coats.
Thank you, Dr. Samimi. And yes, call, do more. And part of this is, again, a code genocide. It's been declared. Call your colleagues, call your friends, talk to them, talk to your hospital, to your CO, to your administrators. This is the emergency of highest order that we need to respond accordingly. No action is too small. Everything adds up. We know we are not magicians. We don't have armies. We don't have, the magic wand to stop it now. But we all know that each and every one of us can do a little bit more. And I think we learned through the experience of doing this for a while now that we need to mobilize more people and we need to do consistent daily actions. We'll go back now to Dr. Mariam Atawiya from California. Mariam, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to amplify the message that it's easy to feel hopeless right now, but this is not the time for despair. This is a time for action. And I know a lot of us have been doing actions, but it's time for any type of additional action that you can do. It is very important to go to the Hill. There are 2 days that we can go to the Hill in June. If you're unable to, and I know a lot of people, for example, in California, it's hard to go to DC. So I implore you to be creative in what you can do at home. DAG California is now collaborating with Families for Ceasefire. And so we are planning to actually have a children's press conference where we will go to Senator Padilla's office, have the children speak, use the campaign, send bread, not bombs, let the children eat. Powerful messages coming from the children themselves, hand delivering letters to Senator Padilla, asking him to continue to do more, to also asking for a town hall meeting with a lot of constituents that want to speak to him directly. So, it's time to be creative, time to try to figure out all the ways that we can do more.
Thank you, Mariam. Thank you. Much appreciated. Eileen, are you there, Eileen? Eileen, Boston, are you there? I know she might be busy. I think she said she's a little bit busy. We just remind everyone that Dr. Hawash is on her way now. She's driving to Connecticut to meet Brother Faisal Saleh at Palestine Museum. Their presentation for the medical students and the supporters there will start at 3 p.m. So I think we are going to try to end this soon to give them an opportunity to give our audience and every one of us an opportunity to take a little break before our next meeting with the presentation from Dr. Hawash. Again, the last call, we are going to give it back to Gaza, to Dr. Ahmad al-Farra. I know it is night, it is late in Gaza now, but I'm going to tell him good morning, Gaza. It is always morning in Gaza. Gaza is the only place in the world that has a morning, that has a sun, that has a truth. It is dark everywhere else. It is dark here in the United States. The United States, the whole Western world, the Eastern world, the Arabic countries, the Muslim countries, they are all complicit in the genocide of the people of Gaza. Gaza is the only place in the world that has the truth. And unfortunately, we are all living in dark places everywhere else. So, Dr. Ahmad, are you still there?
Yes, my colleague.
Yes, if you want any last message for us, anything else you think we should do, anything else we should do that can help, any suggestions for us? Thank you.
I think you are doing your best. Again, this is the right side that you are standing with justice and morality and about dignity. Again, we are in the. I think we are in the most serious time. I hope that will be finished as soon as possible. I think if the grounds are making a lot of pressure about the government of the United States, about the government of Canada, even either by media, by channels, by TV, by everything. I think that the cooperation and satisfaction between the United States government and Israel, and between the European countries and Israel, is a shrinkage and collapsing. And I think Israel, without these countries and without that support, will be more weak. And I think they will collapse more and more, and we can get our rights to live in dignity and our right to live in our country. Again, thank you. Thank you for your sympathy. Thank you for support. Thank you for backup for us. You are on the right side again. We hope that we next Sunday to see you in better situation, and ceasefire is applicable, and we are in safe and you are in safe. Thank you again.
Thank you Dr. أحمد. الله يحميكم، الله يخليكم. احنا مقصرين وإن شاء الله راح نحاول أكثر. We'll try more. We'll try harder. We have a group of great people here. They are American, Canadian, Arab, Muslim, Jewish, all faiths, all colors, all dominations, all nationalities here on the panel, and also watching and joining our Zoom. This is a call for humanity, all people of good conscience. We are not against any people. We are for a better world, for a better humanity for everyone. We don't want any more wars. We don't want any more killing. We are asking for peace. We are asking to save lives. We are advocating for life. We are the true pro-life people. We go to school to save lives. We swear an oath to save lives, regardless of our politics, regardless of our colors, regardless of our dominations, our religions, our nationalities. We all should agree on one thing. Children's life are sacred. No child should be starved to death. Bread, not bombs. And all human lives are equal. And we can all get along. We can all live in peace. There is enough in this world for all of us. There is no need to make money and profit from war machines, from bombs that are exploiting all of us and taking the money and the taxes from our kids here in the United States and in Canada and sending them to murder and slaughter the children of other people abroad. Again, I want to thank our brother Faisal Saleh for giving us the opportunity for Doctors Against Genocide and Dr. Al-Karam Ahwash to host our next meeting at 3 p.m. In person, and we're going to be joining by Zoom. We're going to remind everyone, please try to do more. It's a code genocide. Call more, send more letters, think of other ways we can act. Please find a way to make it to DC. We need more of us. Talk to more colleagues. We need new faces. We need more people from everywhere to join us. We need people to join Maisa and our colleagues in Canada. We need also more people to think and support the diplomatic convoy and put pressure on politicians, our elected officials, to join and support that convoy. Again, anyone else, Maisa, do you have any, you want to share anything? Or should we just end at this point so people have a little break before we start the 3 p.m. call?
Yeah, I think all the actions have been shared in the chat. If anybody is not a member of Doctors Against Genocide, please join us. I will actually drop that link here so that you can get regular emails and updates. Our webinars are recorded. They are on YouTube. Feel free to repurpose that YouTube, share it with as many people as you can, spread the word, spread the message, but most importantly, take daily action, no matter how small, but take daily action and join us on the Hill, join us on Parliament Hill in Canada, and Yeah, thank you so much for the solidarity and free Palestine.
Thank you, Maisha. Thank you everyone for being here. And as usual, the mission of Doctors Against Genocide will only end with peace, with justice, with liberation, with freedom and equality for everyone, for a better humanity, that every human being, everywhere in the world, live in peace, in security, without being starved, and their lives and aspirations are respected as much. Until then, we will continue the fight. We are calling on our colleagues in the medical community to join. This is code genocide. This is the code of the highest order in medicine. This is the genocide that can save more lives. This is the code that can save more lives than any other code you have ever been to before. We'll see you at 3 p.m. with Dr. Karama Kumarli, Hawash, and inshallah, we'll see you next week in our webinar. And we want to see all of you in DC June 4th. Salam. Hatta Nasr, inshallah. Thank you. Dania, did you talk, Dania? You did, yeah? Okay. Sorry, I thought I forgot someone.